In this 4-block area in Los Angeles, there are 42 hospices. So either there are a lot of people dying here, or you've got a fraudulent activity that is so good that everyone wants to get in on it.
Dr. Oz, who lost his Senate race to John Fetterman. Now John Fetterman becomes the only sane Democrat, which thank God he is. But then Dr. Oz basically takes one on the chin, and now he's working with Trump, trying to help, and Bobby Kennedy really trying to help clean up the healthcare system. Here he is in LA, not too far from where I used to live, explaining that the fraud going on in Los Angeles is going to be massive and dwarf everything that's going on in Minnesota.
So you can see these are medical buildings. They've got Cyrillic writing, Russian, Armenian writing. On both sides, there's lots of action, it seems. I don't know how many patients are getting care, but in this 4-block area in Los Angeles, there are 42 hospices. So either there are a lot of people dying here, or you've got a fraudulent activity that is so good that everyone wants to get in on it. I'm in Van Nuys in Los Angeles, and this boarded up area above my head here is a big hospice center. There are apparently quite a few hospices around here, 42 within a 4-block radius. And these guys stole $16 million. Listen carefully. The main guy went to jail for 2 years, stealing $16 million.
They can freeze accounts, shut off cards, lock people out of their own money overnight. Banks don't protect freedom, they control access. Real financial freedom starts with ownership. Introducing Rumble Wallet, a non-custodial wallet for people who refuse to give up control. With Rumble Wallet, digital assets like Bitcoin and Tether can be owned outright, and even Tether Gold, real physical gold on the blockchain. Tether Gold means direct ownership of fully allocated gold bars, verifiable by serial number, purity, and weight. This isn't paper gold, this isn't an IOU, this is real gold without bank vaults, storage fees, or gatekeepers. Buy it, sell it, move it 24/7, even when traditional markets are closed. And yes, it can be redeemed for physical gold. That's real power. Rumble Wallet also lets supporters tip creators directly, peer-to-peer, outside the banking system. No permissions, no middleman, no cancel button. This wallet is yours forever. Visit wallet.rumble.com. I'm sorry, there's something funny about this. 42 hospice centers within a 4-block radius. You'd have to be in The Walking Dead. You'd have to be in The Walking Dead blowing zombies' brains out and then sending them to hospice to take their last breath. That's what you'd have to be doing. So again, and by the way, do these places look like places of healthcare? Do they look like hospice centers? I'm not making a joke about hospice. Anyone that's had a grandparent or parent or whatever go through it, like obviously horrific. I mean, you're only going to hospice in those last few days of life, in essence, when they basically say, this isn't working anymore. There's nothing we can do. But what he's saying is they're opening these offices. They're getting massive government money, and we are going to figure it out. Here's a bit more on what he's finding in Los Angeles.
And if you look at it, it's pretty in the script. There wasn't anyone really in there. They weren't doing any services. They just got an address they could claim was a hospice. And then they ran the business, claiming people were at home getting services, which they really weren't. What we have learned is there's roughly $3.5 billion of fraud taking place here in Los Angeles in hospice and home care. It's run quite a bit of it by the Russian Armenian mafia. You notice the lettering and language behind me is of that dialect. In California, there has not been a lot of attention on these problems. That's going to change. The U.S. Attorney, the FBI, everyone's now focused on the fact that in this state, which has about $30 billion worth of home and community-based services, most of it might be fraudulent. Those are big numbers, and we're taking it seriously. The president's not going to tolerate this anymore.
I know if I had a family member who I loved, I'd like to send them to a hospice center via the Russian Armenian mafia. Honestly, the Russian Armenian mafia could probably take them out quicker, and then you'd save a little money. Unfortunately, they wouldn't get their check. But again, when I always tell you guys about that we have serious people now in government, it's not going to get better than this, guys. This is it. And if we can't fix the big problems and the little problems and the medium problems and all them problems, right now, we will never be able to fix them.